Heads up, Spartans, Halo Infinite's long-awaited content update is finally here, and this one might be one of the most important updates to ever hit the game, so you might want to sit down for this one. After a long-awaited release, Halo Infinite now officially not only supports easy anti-cheat now, but also has delivered the brand new multiplayer network rework. Something that I think everyone around the player base, and even those who had quit the game in the past, have been impatiently waiting on. Not gonna lie, there is a huge amount of potential and promise being shipped off with this update. And if things pan out in our favor, could this be the keystone to make people want to pick up Halo Infinite again? Well, let's find out. First things first, if you are on PC, you'll be surprised to get hit with the new boot up screen. Similar to games like Fortnite or Elden Ring, you'll have the anti-cheat launcher now start up with the game from here on out, showing everything is set in stone for the new security boost. For the rest of the day, I dedicated hours of time hitting plenty of squad battle, and also some custom games here and there, all in an effort to reasonably see just how much really got changed with the netcode fixes, and if the anti-cheat seems to be working out. So I'm going to be starting off with the anti-cheat first. However, I also got to warn you, I personally don't really run into a lot of cheaters here in Halo Infinite. I'm not sure if it's just really dumb luck, or if it's because I purposely have avoided ranked matches in the past. Things usually aren't that bad. Still, after a good handful of ranked games and plenty of social matches, so far it's felt pretty smooth, with nothing really feeling out of the ordinary, at least cheating wise. Cool enough, the game also now delivers a new menu system for you to report players. Simply by opening up the scoreboard, press the interact button, click report, and then you can just pick the reason for it and file it out. In the past, you couldn't even do this, and you had to wait for the match to end just to report somebody, which then you would have to just pray it would actually get looked at by staff. Regardless, it's still pretty early in the game, so for now, we're just gonna have to wait and see how much this really affects the online space, and if the reporting system will really live up to doing anything. So stay tuned for the next couple weeks, as I do plan to keep us updated. Before I move on, 343 also made a statement that some people might have issues getting the game to launch on the first time due to the new anti-cheat, and have claimed to make sure that you have validated your files if you don't already have the software installed, or at least in the worst case, make sure your antivirus has easy anti-cheat and Halo Infinite not blocked. Moving past all of that, let's go check out the gameplay. I can positively without a doubt confirm that matchmaking is feeling miles better than it has in the past. The fights feel more even, and the constant desync issues that hit you on nearly every map feels far less of an issue here. Not only that, but even loading into a game feels much more consistent, with the matching times feeling smaller, and I've noticed that the loading times even feel just a tad bit better now. Though of course, you're still going to get some slowdown every now and then, especially when people will just have god-awful internet. But that's just kind of out of our hands. I generally have had a pretty solid time testing out the new matchmaking rework, and I honestly feel that for the most part, the gameplay is in far better shape than it was last week. And that is coming from someone who rages every time they die, so that's saying something. With the netcode patch, we're also seeing a bunch of weapon changes, most of which the community have been dying for literally months if not years now. Such as the very first Commando patch that we have seen since Season 1, drastically cutting down the weapon's bloom and makes the gun feel like it's shooting in more of a straight line, going upwards rather than just scattering all over the place. The plasma pistol also now shoots much slower than before, as well as leading into a faster overheat. However, to counter this, the overcharge now happens quicker. There's also some other tweaks on the weapon side, including nerfing the DMR reload speed and a stalker nerf, all of which will be up here on screen, so feel free to skim through them or just pause the video. I'm honestly sort of mixed on all of these. The Commando 100% definitely needed the bloom buff, because ever since Season 1, it's possibly been the most avoided weapon in every game. However, I still don't really care for how the plasma pistol is in Halo Infinite, though I will admit that the speed nerf seems fine and its pace feels more accurate to other games. Though pushing all of that out of the way, what about the content? Well, Squad Battle is absolutely booming right now, and is the newest game mode to get the refresh update, adding in 7 more maps to the official playlist. 6 of these are Forge built, including some awesome remakes of classic maps from the past, from games like Halo Reach, Halo 3 ODST, and even returning maps from Halo 4, all of which just feel great, and I think that the Forgers did a solid job on these, especially on the new Mombasa map. That one was just super cool. The 7th map, however, is just a return of Behemoth, so that's cool, I guess. past the squad battle part and moving towards Forge. As a Halo creator and someone who just does a lot of work in play testing with other Forge creators, I'm really happy to also point out you can now make your own custom Firefight game modes straight from the source, now in Forge mode, giving players a clean template to design wave settings, difficulty parameters, and new tools to build your own game type off of a non-King of the Hill oriented version. However, of all of this, 343 has also given a warning to Forge creators, so make sure you pay attention to this part. If you are a Forge artist and do a lot of back and forth on Forge maps, 343 has confirmed to begin deleting old map versions that are older than 30 days, meaning older versions of a map that you made in the past could potentially be deleted if you don't lock the version that you want to keep. So feel free to check my description for the link, which also comes with instructions near the bottom of the site. So, Spartan Phased. Is it good? Yeah, it's pretty good. The netcode is obviously the biggest attention grabber of all this, and I think that the long wait so far seems to be really paying off. These fixes have been such a long time coming, and really, if we had had this smooth of a competitive experience back in Season 1, it's hard to imagine how some things could have panned out. But really at the end of the day, we finally have eliminated desync for the most part. The multiplayer is going to be feeling so much more healthier because of this, and honestly, I think this is a massive push in the right direction for a far better and healthier multiplayer experience for Halo Infinite. And I'm just beyond happy to see how well this update really turned out, because I'll even admit I was kind of scared of this update. This was going to be a huge what if situation, where if the hype was going to end up being for nothing, or if this was going to be a massive changing point for the game. And I genuinely think that we're going perfectly where we need to be. Regardless, everyone, how do you think of all this? Are you enjoying the network fixes? How about all the new squad battle maps? Or maybe you hate everything here and are just super let down. Either way, let us know. Also, since you're still here, make sure to swing by the Spartan Outpost Discord server. With over 500 other Spartans, you can join us in for custom game nights, forging sections, and much more. So don't miss out and grab the link in the comments. Also, don't forget to become a Spartan today and subscribe. I do all sorts of Halo content like this and plenty of Forge content every week, so feel free to hang out with us and stick around. Either way, everyone, I shall see you all in the next video. Spartan out.